What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the morning view. But really, it's the morning view with a twist because it's match day, first of all, big game. And this guy's here. He's here.
Yeah.
KG is
What's
here.
going on? I'm here, bruv. I answered the call. I got called by the watch. Owen said, are you ready to come on? I said, absolutely, blood. Even though I'm tired.
Well. I mean, it's not completely the true and honest story. Actually, I called him a couple of days ago. Well, I messaged him a couple of days
like
ago.
It's a late call up.
Yeah, I messaged him a couple of days ago. I sent him a voice note, and I didn't hear anything. And I sent him another message. He responded to that message, but he didn't respond to the voice note. And then I called him yesterday, and then he sent me a message going, tomorrow.
Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But big up to everybody in the chat, man. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Today's a big day. Today's a big day. Big up to everyone in the chat. This is a safe place, says Nikhil.
No, it's not. It's not a safe place.
Yam says KG is here to gaslight. That Kenny one's perfect.
The Kenny one. That's what KG is this morning. He is
disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Gosh says, morning UV family, straight from Cambridge. Big up to everyone in Cambridge. And good morning, fellas. Get the paracetamol in me. Got the paracetamol in me and ready for match day. I don't know whether that's me. I hope it's because you got a little bit of a cold and not because it's match day. You need paracetamol to get through because you just don't know what's going to happen. Like,
no, it's because it's match day. Some people get the guys, that's what they're doing, bro. Some people have got the
can't be having the copium like that.
The heart rate monitor. Some people got like whatever religious book that you need to read. Some people, bro, it's hilarious, bro. Laxatives, like it's crazy.
Why would you need laxatives? Why would you?
No, because he's talking about himself.
It's because of shit, and you need the laxatives. You just gotta, you gotta, I don't know, like just feel the same.
KG, you know what? Because obviously we're saying Ten Hag must be ruthless, and we got a lot to talk about in the show. Yeah, I have to be honest. I have to be really honest. Actually, this is the first time me saying this to you because I think it's the first time I spoke to you properly, probably since the last game.
Oh, since the therapy session that we had.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, since Monday. I'm not gonna lie. I left that show right, and I've said to myself, KG's in a bad place. Like because I've noticed it during the show, and even after the Newcastle game, when immediately you did something you don't normally do. You went. Your whole thing was like, yeah, well, do we have to look at the manager? Do like it was Eric centric. It was. Now, my question to you is, it's not the stupid. That's not stupid. It's not the KG. Are you Ten Hag? Are you Ten Hag? It's not that. Like everything, there's a lot that's happened. Obviously, we banned off the journos. Yeah. A lot of people have seen that as like a siege mentality. Good. If they're gonna write lies, kick them out. You know. Some other people saw it as banning journos. There's only one way this is ending. This is getting messy. So, with how you felt before, with your feelings and all that, then what happened yesterday? Because me and you haven't really had a chance to talk about that, and you guys in the chat as well. If you didn't get a chance, as Owen covered it brilliantly twice yesterday. What are you saying, KG?
I think he's on very dangerous and slippery ground. Ooh. I want to call it black ice. You know, like when
the one you can't really see it.
You can't. There's only one winner. Do you know who played the games with the media properly? Winners. They have to win here. Jurgen Klopp. He talks like Jurgen Klopp. He didn't start banning until he was doing some Jurgen things, you know what I mean? Another one, I think Pep might have done some bans here and there. But then if you don't win,
do you have any proof, KG? Of Pep?
I don't know. No, he just cusses them direct. He just them.
But then hold on,
he has no receipts of that.
But then But then by one person I do know, Sir Alex is a banner, and they hate Sir Alex and Man United for how he treated them. They hate it. Like you can see the way that they are, like, because I feel like when they attack the club, it's like they're still trying to attack Sir Alex, but his time's finished. It's gone. It's done. But they haven't let go of how they were treated in the past. So a lot of these journals, when they write scathing up, the articles are horrid. Because why? Man United are finally on their face. Saturdays gave them a hard time, and guess what? Now Ten Hag is saying, you know what? Enough of the nice guy mask. You lot being like pricks to me. Watch this. But the problem is they're still going to write their articles. The only way you can silence the media is with wins. I was watching Owen yesterday, and he's saying that how it's the orchestrated and timed articles. It's the time. Soon as we lose, that's the one. That's the article.
Yeah. It's like they're preloaded. They're preloaded into the system, ready to press send. Marcus
Rashford's brother, when he had a situation, nothing to do with Man United. They saw a little wobble. They said,
"Now." Yeah. That's true.
So there's a nefarious actions that they have towards the club, and Ten Hag's finally he's probably been awake to it a while, but then it just pissed him off finally, and that lets me know the pressure is rising. The pressure is probably at an all-time high for him. He's thinking, wait, I can't trust you guys, because it's not a full ban, is it? It's a reset ban. It's like, don't do that again. You can come back in next week. Is that how?
It's a bit weird actually with it, because they didn't really say the details of that. They kind of just said, they just sort of said, you know, you didn't come to us for comment, which is kind of like, I guess, journalism 101, that whatever article you have, you say, here's our story. We're publishing it at this date on this time. If you give us a comment, we'll include it. If not, we're telling you that's basically what we're doing. And United
that's what
say,
Adam Crafton done.
Exactly, with the Greenwood thing.
Yeah.
And they're saying that they didn't do that. Now, it's quite interesting, because I don't think yet any of the journalists or any of the outlets have come out and said, "Oh no, we did go to United," which is quite curious, isn't it? Because if you did
Samuel Luckhurst would definitely,
if
exactly, unless he's been sworn to secrecy by Manchester Evening News or the other publication, said don't just leave it for now while we work out legally what we're doing. Someone like Samuel Luckhurst, I think, would come out and say, "Well, here's the email. You know, it's blocked out with what's on it, but here's the email at 11:26 where I approach United for." I don't know. Maybe that could be coming. I don't know, but you're right. I do see that. I mean, my thing on it, I didn't really get a chance to speak about it yesterday. I'll be honest. At the beginning, I thought, I don't know, man. The chips are down. You ban the media. It can appear like the walls are caving in, and like you're trying to silence the media, like to deal with it. But then that was my initial. That was my, like, as I was reading it, I was out filming something, and I was like, what is this? I couldn't take it in properly. When I finished filming and I thought, right, let me take this in, I was like, nah, do you know what? We are going through the mud with a lot of things. But if Man United feel that these journalists are writing complete and utter crap, one of the biggest things is, we said, the media will come for us. The media will come. And when they do come, it's going to be difficult, like because you said it perfectly, KG, and you, Owen. Like, they pick the right moments. They pick the moments where the fans basically are at their most vulnerable, where the fans are at their most frustrated. We just got smashed by Newcastle. So if I wake up and see players don't want to run, players are moaning, this happened, you know, Carve went strong. Like, one source 50%. Tells me he's 50%. Lost 50%. And I have heard since that was one of the lines, like, that's bang out of order. Man United say, right? So
I called it a joke. That's what he said in his press conference last night. So he said, one source, it's a joke.
So they're being very bullish with how they're shutting that down. Now, normally what happens, if it's like kind of paper talk, or maybe they have approached for comment, they usually just do listen, rumors will happen. We're happy. We know what's going on. But for them to go and do this, even though we're not playing well right now, I do believe that they made the right call to set the precedence that that's not going to be tolerated. Like, it's not that you're writing negative stuff, but follow the protocols. Do you know what I mean? Follow the system that's in place. That's always been there, especially for big scathing things like saying the manager's completely lost the plot. This players don't want to do that. That players don't want to do that. These are serious stuff you're saying. So come check me first. See what I've got to say. And I know people from the outside, and even a lot of Man United fans who maybe want Ten Hag out, or they could see it as excuses. They could see it as, they're just trying to silence the media. He's lost the plot. It's all falling to shit. And like I said on Twitter yesterday, it's like, you're right, KG. The only thing that makes this even start to go away is a reaction on the pitch, which unfortunately we haven't seen. We haven't really seen the whole, look how bad it is. Wow, look how well they played. You know what they showed, whatever. Yes, there's little wins against Fulham, last minute, bit of togetherness, come for a bit of a thing. Yes, we've done well quite a long time against Galatasaray. Yes, okay, we won 3-0 at Everton, but like, we haven't had a statement win. We can't put our hand on our heart and say, we battered that team yesterday. We were at it. Everyone was running from minute 1 to minute 95. You know, we haven't. And that's the only thing that starts to calm this. And that's what worries me, where you said about the thin ice thing.
It only can calm it for a while because, as you said, the seconds away. I'll never forget that.
But Liverpool next week, we'll be back to the same spot.
Absolutely. That thing was so telling. When he said that, I like a United crisis, I said, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because now we know for sure that, bro, we were like, I feel like we're in a crisis every 2 weeks. And I don't understand a club that's like that is like this. Like, there's no club in the league that's built like this. While Chelsea have made no movement, they've been in the same place. We're still always in the crisis where they've always been, where they like, it's mad. But then it's gonna feel like that, and it will intensify. And now he's taken such strong grounds. They're gonna feel hard done by. They're not gonna play nice. Now it's Ten Hag. You better win. It's one of those ones because the goodwill that he's had in there. Even like whatever you want to say, some of these people were his mates. The people that he's that they got rid of in terms of media. You see them when the press conference finishes. They said, "Oh, what's that bit he said? Oh, they talk to each other."
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, bloody hell! Good.
Well, Simon Stone, like you're right. And for people who don't maybe know how it works, and their KG's spot on. Like, they are all one, like within reason. Obviously, in any work environment, someone might go, "I don't really like him," from that thing like that, you know. But in terms of the generic, like, we're the journos, before it starts, like, who's on quotes? Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. And then you literally, like, as soon as it finishes, they go and sit in the seat of the manager to get a bit more space, get the laptops out, get typing. And it's like,
and they all know where they're sitting. They all know where they're sitting. They all have,
make me and KG or someone else sit in their thing. Oh, sometimes we do it.
My God,
We don't get twisted. Sometimes we get there. Josh will go, set up right there at the front, right in the middle. Luckhurst. You might go, get there. James,
you see them. You know when they got the privacy screens, you might see them tweet. You might see them texting another journal that's there. Fan cameras are here.
And you know what? I've been thinking. Wait there. I need to be thinking. Do you know what? Are we on the list? We could be on the list. Are we banned?
On the back list.
Guys, while we're live,
made up any story. We haven't made up any stories.
We haven't made up any stories. However, just to let you know, guys, I will be drafting a document. If you see me kind of looking down at it, I will be drafting a document that will be going to the club to check we're safe. That's going to happen. Yeah?
It has to happen. It has to happen.
We need to know we're safe. We haven't made no lies.
No, we haven't made up no lies, though. We've just been disappointed.
Exactly.
Can you get rid of Can you get rid of the media for being disappointed?
Exactly. No way.
No, and again, that's the point. It's like you said, it's the strategy of it, isn't it? Because we say this all the time, don't we? We go into an international break and we go, "What's the story going to be? Got 2 weeks to fill." And it's always, and they'll find something. They'll talk about Jadon Sancho for 2 weeks. They'll talk about, should Paul Pogba, it was Paul Pogba in the past. They'll go Bruno Fernandes, should he be the captain? That'll be one for 2 weeks. Like, it's always, they'll find something when it comes to it. And I said this last night, saying that I think Ten Hag's, maybe it took a bit longer than maybe some had anticipated, but I think he really, like KG said earlier on, I think he anticipates, or realizes now, like, just, you have to be so careful with the press as the Man United manager. For example, Man City, right? They can win a treble. It will get less attention and less likes and traction on social media than us just signing a player, let alone winning 3 trophies, the 3 biggest trophies you can. And again, that's the scrutiny that we're talking about. Do you remember last year when Ten Hag said about Newcastle? What did they say about?
They're annoying.
Annoying. That was it. They're annoying. And literally, as soon as he said that, you felt the room go, "Shh, what did you say?" Yeah. And then boom, 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 boom. They brought up to him the other day. You said he was last time. You said it was annoying about a year ago, and he's like, "I didn't really say that," and blah blah blah. And you go, "That's a year ago." And you've just been waiting on that. Every single thing you say. And bear in mind, this isn't his native tongue either. Imagine that. Imagine sitting in the room. It's not your first language. You're talking to a group of people that want to screw you as well. They want you to fail. They want you to lose. And you're going, I'm having to watch what I say. I'm not really sure what's the right way to say it as well. And certain inflections. Oh, I sound too robotic because I'm talking with my accent in a language that isn't my native accent and my native tongue, and you're trying to screw me over. That must be like mental.
Can I bring this? Can I bring this to the table? Can I bring this to the table just quickly? So the hounds are out, and you're right. They want to screw him over. And it's just to you guys at home. Get in the comments. Get involved. Let us know what you think. We'll get to the super chats in just a minute. Is Eric doing enough in these presses? Is this a case of
he's not?
He's just like being misquoted, and they're trying to get him. Or do we need to look at like the other side of it and say, what can he do to do more? Or is that not a thing? I just want to ask that question.
His answers, I said yesterday, like I did the show almost purposefully in 2 halves. I started it with the story of the banning of the journalists because I agreed with that. And I do think you have to take a stand of the nonsense. But then he kind of got back into his usual pattern. And some of the things he was saying, he's not helping himself because some of his answers, they weren't good answers. And even that's got nothing to do with like not talking in your native tongue and stuff like that. Like he was really leaning on to how is it proven that the players are behind you and they believe in you? You went, well, look at the performances against Everton and Galatasaray. And you go, Eric, that's not what you think it is. That's not like, you know what I mean? That's not as strong as you think it is. Or he's going like, he kept saying, it's not a pattern. He said the Newcastle game, it's not a pattern. That's one game, so it can't be a pattern. And you go, but it is. Because we've seen that in other games. And I pointed out that just because stuff doesn't happen in like a close proximity to each other doesn't mean it's not a pattern. So for this group of players, if they throw a manager under a bus 18 months ago, and then they don't do it for 18 months and they do it again, you can't go, well, it happened so far apart, so it can't be a pattern.
Yeah,
it's still a pattern of behavior.
It's actually on par with the pattern. That's what the pattern is.
Exactly. So I don't think he's helping himself. I don't. KG, what do you think?
He's just, my thing is, I think I'm scared, man. I'm so scared. I'm so scared because obviously there's things he's saying, and we have to listen closely in it. We have to understand that this is the journey. We're here for the long haul. Well, I'm here for the long haul with this manager, but then he has to play smart games, and he has to remember, like, I would say chief stakeholders, people that are really important and people that you have to keep on side. And the issue is, it seems like in the dressing room for sure, there is unrest.
Yeah,
that's for sure. There's no way to, because your team doesn't play like that unless there is an unrest. Like the way we played against Newcastle was a total disgrace. Yeah. It was. And I'm mad with the players, but then a line needs to be drawn now with the players and from a managerial spot where it's like, listen, guys, I'm not going anywhere. Like, you lot are the ones that are gonna have to be sold because I'm here for the long haul. What do you call it? Stepping in? Go on, read it. What are you seeing?
It is Samuel Luckhurst with a response, actually.
Let's hold the press. We have to.
Right. I'll take you through the article. Samuel Luckhurst says, I pointed out existing and probable dressing problems. Probably meant dressing room. Dressing problems to Man United. They banned me. So he is saying with this tweet, I pointed out existing and probable dressing room problems to Manchester United. They banned me. Now, here's the article. During a heated discussion with a Manchester United player outside the team coach at Southampton last season, they asked me, do you support us? I informed them journalism is an impartial industry. The exchange ended with the player having more of an understanding of what the role of a United correspondent entails. I stressed to him I had criticised and praised every player on that coach. We are accused of being negative. The irony is players, relatives, managers, fans, and press officers home in on the negative more. A United player's father contacted me over a story he was unhappy with. Had he seen this piece about his son, trumpeting his development and community work? No, he hadn't. Around a month before Eric Ten Hag.
Neither have I.
Around a month before Eric Ten Hag stepped into the Old Trafford press conference room, and the press the flesh of journalists to engage with the British press for the first time. This correspondent launched with a senior member of staff. United were approaching a transition period under a new chief executive, Richard Arnold, and Karen Shotwell, the long-serving press officer, left at the end of 21-22 season. Among the various trivial matters discussed, the topic turned into the dressing room issues. I flagged some abusive emails that I continued to receive from the relative of a player. I remember when he was doing that, citing it as an example of the toxic culture within the squad and the need for tangible changes. Whether the staff member passed on the information he was furnished with is unknown. But as Jose Mourinho once said, the problems are still here. One of United's summer signings is represented by the same PR whose clientele includes disgruntled players past and present. United were unaware of this until yours truly made them aware of it. They proceeded with the deal. Ooh. One of United's summer signings is represented by the same PR team whose clientele includes disgruntled players from past and present. So he's basically saying someone in the squad who's just been bought has the same management as players from past and present who have kicked off and been a nuisance. The club weren't aware of that, but basically until yours truly, Samuel Luckhurst, made them aware of it, they proceeded with they still bought the player. It feels an objective and latest cultural reset at United is to dilute negative coverage. Good luck with that. United have not broken double figures for defeats this quickly in a season since they were relegated. So he's saying that, listen, it's negative, so don't try and say it's not. So good luck with trying to rub out the negative. This is scathing. This is exactly what we were talking about when we were like, surely Luckhurst's going to say something.
Well, at any point in the article, this is what I was just thinking. Is at any point in the article has he admitted that he's done anything wrong?
Well, I'm still going here. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, the match goers are not daft. They have booed the team regularly at Old Trafford this season. United have a minus goal difference in the Premier League, the Champions League, and are out of one competition. They won. By banning journalists from the press conferences, United are effectively showing contempt for supporters. For we ask questions on their behalf. Oh, do me a favor. By banning, this is the line here. So this is Owen, to answer your question to everyone watching. He clearly isn't admitting he's done anything wrong. By banning journalists from press conferences, United are effectively showing contempt for supporters, for we ask questions on their behalf. Under every United manager posted for Alex, certain players are loose-lipped when results spiral. Yeah, are loose-lipped when results spiral, and stories are sourced by journalists who work on the patch. That is the demand from our desks to provide insight and to inform. As it is when United are triumphing. It was barely a year ago. Some of us convivially, don't even know that word, launched with Ten Hag in Cadiz as he spoke on and off the record. His handling of Cristiano Ronaldo generated supportive coverage, as has Jadon Sancho exile. So they're trying to say, look, we wrote.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true, by the way. That seemed pretty polarizing both times.
Now, some of us have been demonized after another defeat. It is not my fault Ten Hag picked Anthony Martial, bickering with him, and then dithered over when to substitute him at Newcastle, or for playing Marcus Rashford on the right. Not my fault, mate. That's yours. He's saying United should look closer to home and check the company that some of the players keep. The unity, in inverted commas, Ten Hag talks of is not whole, and the dressing room still needs to be fumigated. As a colleague who was granted entry to Carrington on Tuesday told Ten Hag, journalists don't just make things up. The siege mentality tactic of some of the club cannot be remotely vindicated. United were bullied by Newcastle on Sunday, and some journalists feel United have tried to bully them over a story written in good faith. They will not succeed.
Lol.
My tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why.
Nah, he's.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt, KG. We have got a flex, a ginormous, gargantuan, astronomical size super chat, and check it out. Check it out.
Wow. Wow. Okay, let's get to the super chats. I've just seen that. Wow. Aminor says, KG, please bring Aminor says, KG, please bring Uncle to UV show Reckless Settings. They want Uncle there. Shino, been a member for 7 months. Big up to Shino. Says, honestly, keep Luckhurst banned. Bitter, petty excuse of a journalist. Big ups, United View, watching on my way to college. And you've just heard that Samuel Luckhurst piece there. Memphis Depay, thank you for the contribution. It says, signs of Sir Jim Ratcliffe. When did we last ban a journo? Saying, is this Sir Jim Ratcliffe? When did we last ban a journo? Ketchadil says, you guys do not know a good manager when you see one. This is a stage where Eric is dealing with mentality. After this stage, football will be easy. Ketchadil also says, you guys, said the same. You guys do not know Eric. It must be us. I don't know. Maybe me, you, and Owen. I'm not sure. Ketchadil says, you guys do not know Eric. This guy is not Ollie. He knows what he wants, but fans and players don't understand it yet. Eric will turn this club. So there's a lot of support for Eric.
No, I like Eric, but he needs the players to understand what he's saying because he's the manager.
Yeah, and they're not, and that's the truth. They're not taking it in. Yeah. And Nubian Pharaoh
is back with the red. With the red.
Back with the red alert. the red alert super chats. £200, £199.99. £200 super chat. Wow, thank you. And thank you to everyone who always, supports the channel and puts super chats in of different, amounts. But obviously with something so significant, Nubian Pharaoh, we really appreciate that support for the channel. That goes a long way. Nubian Pharaoh also says, it's a media frenzy. You pays your money, you makes your choice. Good show, folks. Thank you. Yeah. And it is a media frenzy of what's going on. It really is. Matafalu says, another, big super chat there, £20 as well. Thank you, Matafalu. Supporting the channel goes a long way. 100% feeling love today, guys. I get why they got banned, but it comes off as petty given the situation we're in. Eric Ten Hag is full of excuses now, though becoming tired of it. And the media can see it. And they smell blood. Like KG said, they're going to come for him now. He needs to win. So Matafalu's basically saying it a little bit different, that he goes, look, I can see why they got banned, but it don't look good because we're not good right now.
No, look, bro, and that's where I'm at. But then right now, you thought they were being pricks before.
Oh God! Oh my God! Yeah. Make us lose to Chelsea. Oh my!
No, did you hear the line? He goes, "It's not my fault about the Chelsea.
Yeah.
They brought up Everton. It's not my fault you played Newcastle. That's it. It's not my fault you played
Rashford on the right and Martial up front.
Wow, perfect. Say how you truly feel.
But he's gone now because Samuel Luckhurst, he's like, you banned me, you throw me under the bus, so I don't care. I'm gonna come scathing. We'll get into that, what we think about that in 2 seconds. Red Devils 99, been a member for 5 months. Big up to you. Says players played Ollie's counter-attacking style. Eric Ten Hag pragmatic ball first season, showed their true colours when Ollie, Ralph Rangnick, Eric Ten Hag wanted demanding football. Keegan, big up to you. Thank you for the contribution. It says Luckhurst can move, man. Eric Ten Hag not messing about. Not messing about. And Sarip says, now Man United play like Mark play EAFC. Must be Goldbridge. Play like how Mark plays EAFC. Bad, very, too bad. Okay. I get basically rubbish then. Pav, been a member for 2 months, says maybe the Eric Ten Hag and the club. Maybe Eric Ten Hag, maybe the Eric Ten Hag and the club should be focused on finding the rats who feed the journals info. Many players have left, but the rats always survive. Vegeta, been a member for 17 months. That's got to be up there with the top as well. Amazing support from you. Thank you. Says Ten Hag really thought he was smart getting rid of Ralph. Look at his life now. Wow.
Can I just say as well, I was going to bring this up later on. I've been playing around with my soundboard, but now's the perfect time to do it, actually. I liked yesterday with Eric Ten Hag when he banned the journalists, because it reminded me, and KG, you can appreciate this, of another bold conqueror, and that is Thanos. Okay? Now, Flex doesn't probably know who Thanos is.
No, I know who Thanos is. Is he bold, is he? I thought he had a hat.
Yeah, because he's bold. KG, similar sentence, right? So,
right, okay.
So I was playing around the soundboard yesterday, and I found out the soundboard can do this, right?
Perfectly balanced. Yeah? Can you hear that? Perfectly balanced. Luckhurst, perfectly balanced. Get out. I know what it's like to lose. All the journalists, get out.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
Perfectly balanced. Yeah. You couldn't deal with your own failure. Where did it bring you? Back to me.
Wait. That sounds like I'm in a movie.
Perfectly balanced. Samuel Luckhurst, you're never coming back. Erased from existence.
Can you say I am Optimus Prime?
I am
Autobots.
Optimus Prime.
I've got a better one for that. I've got a better one for that.
What?
Right.
That's the
I am
great.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
In a world where Luckhurst is banned from press conferences. And he's never coming back. It wasn't your fault, Luckhurst. It was definitely your fault. And you are guilty.
For no reason. Just mention Carvey and Bumblebee, fam. You gotta mention Carvey.
Carvey, Bumblebee, never to return. Banned.
That's wicked.
I'm thinking of doing the press conferences by me talking normally, and then I'll switch to Thanos when Eric Ten Hag does his quotes as well. I think that would be quite fun. You know what I mean?
How did you work? That is incredible. That literally sounds like we're in a film, and I don't even know all the characters exactly how they speak, but I just felt like I was in the MCU. I did.
Perfectly balanced. Brilliant.
Perfectly balanced.
Don't even know what
Hold on, Ketchadil says, I feel KG is the only one Eric in. And no, I don't want Eric to leave. I don't think Owen does either.
No.
Aria been a member for 6 months, says he should be known as I can't repeat that. You said Scamuel though. You said Scamuel. I can say Scamuel. But I'm not doing that. You guys can see it in the chat of what was said. I'm not trying to censor you, but obviously we have to keep the you get me. Team Nathan says, I don't understand why everyone is going in on Luckhurst. I mean, he's not lying, is he? We can all see it's a circus. He's only telling us what we know. And Vegeta says, no, Owen is the GOAT. Get him a statue. We will get him a statue. He does deserve a statue. Just on that, though, what Team Nathan says, because I think it is important, like true journalists do, to do both sides. You know, journalism 101. That's what you got to do. I know, like, Luckhurst is basically saying he's done nothing wrong. Okay. And as Team Nathan says there, he goes, why are we going in on him? He is this exposed, like, players' fathers reaching out. There are moles in our camp. There are. Like, we can't ignore that. That's true. He's right. He's right about that.
There is. I think it's just a case of, like, when you read that, like I said, you're waiting for, is there any acknowledgement of, you know, I didn't send the thing for a comment or anything like that?
He's saying he did.
Is he saying that he did? Is he saying that he did?
It starts off by saying, I pointed out Manchester United. Hold on. I pointed out Manchester United dressing room issues and was banned. And in his tweet, though, his tweet says, I pointed out existing and probable dressing room problems to Man United. Now that could just be I've pointed it out to them because I've put it out in public, or he could mean I actually went to them and they declined to comment. But I think if they decline to comment, let's be honest, Samuel Luckhurst is putting that in a piece. He's going to say it's funny when they're saying this now because on Monday at 11 a.m. I sent a thing to Andrew Ward and didn't get a response or whatever.
And also then he gets into the territory of it's not my fault that you picked Marcus Rashford, put him on the right-hand side. It's not my fault that you're playing Anthony Martial, and you're going, but no one said that was. No one said that was your fault. It just feels like, I don't know, I mentioned it. It does sound like that Eminem song, doesn't it? You know, where it's just this slim. And then it starts off and gets in really... If it's one of those situations in life, I suppose, where you can't be clever with what you're doing. And then when you get called out for doing it, go, I don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Because you know what you're doing about. Be honest with it. Own it. Own it. Everyone knows it. You have the stuff ready and prepared for when United lose. Again, it is what it is, part of the game. I don't necessarily have a massive problem with it. Just if you get called out on it, just go, it's what it is. Kind of, this is the game. It's the stuff when we lose, and then you get 18 months ago, there was a bit of a blow up in the squad with this player and an agent of his. And you go, what's that got to do with the loss we had at the weekend, Samuel? It's got nothing to do with that.
Thanks.
You know, And it'll be interesting, like I said, to see what those other outlets say, because it wasn't just Samuel Luckhurst. He's got the brunt of it, I suppose, because he's perceived to be a negative journalist. It'll be interesting to see what Rob Dawson says. He was part of the list. It'll be interesting to see what David McDonald says. It'll be interesting to see what Kaveh Solokol says. I mean, the Manchester Evening News getting banned is a big deal, but so's, the Sky Sports chief reporter, not just Man United of football in general, Kaveh. It'll be interesting to see what they say as well. But I don't know. I felt that just my initial reaction to some of those comments in that article was there's a lot of stuff that's unnecessary in there.
KG, now you've seen the reaction from Luckhurst, because it's right on cue, really, isn't it? Because we were literally talking about it, saying he's surely going to say something, and that right on cue. Are you in that like, nah, man, move, man, you man just trying it, or like Nathan says, no, like let's be careful here, because there is some truth to what he's saying. Like, we've got moles, we've got players, agents reaching out, players, family members talking up the thing. Like, this is happening.
I just think, I think it's, it's a difficult one, because while you're saying these moles, mate, those are your sources. Those are the people that sell your papers, isn't it? So you're part of that stupid ecosystem. You don't like the moles. Why are you talking to them? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sick of leaks.
No, he's not. No, he's not saying he doesn't like them. He's saying that Man United, like, there's people who tell us stuff. Like, he's not cussing the moles. He's saying Man United, stop acting like everything's cool. Like, you've got people who.
No, but then at the same time, he's like, but protect me. Like, he's like, people's dads keep calling me and saying, I don't like what you write about us. Rare. Like, again, it's hard, because he's trying to find the best place. And wherever he is, he will never be innocent in this thing. There's stuff that they say that's ridiculous. When Onana's dropping his keys and it's an article, that is ridiculous. When we lose and you bring out a story about Marcus Rashford's brother that does not play for Man United, that's not a Man United, like, he's not going to games and stuff in the same way.
To do with
Why is that nothing to do with Man United? Why is that happening? When you look like, and it's over and over again. So now, if you're making up lies about because they've been saying, listen, the dressing room before this happened, they've been saying, hey, Ten Hag's lost the players. It never married up before. There's you can tell there's risks in the dressing room. Ten Hag always comes out and says, hey, the dressing room's fine. You seen with his fight back, dressing room's fine. See, he's been annoyed about these statements.
Is that true? So with that, do you think that's true? Like you said, you're saying something.
Now the dressing room's not fine. And now it's like, again, Ten Hag's reacted this way because he's under pressure. That's the main thing. Ten Hag's under pressure. Before, this wouldn't matter. You could buy it off, but it's mounting. Why is it mounting? Because guess what? We're coming into one of the most dangerous weeks in our footballing lives when it comes to Bayern Munich could be out the competition early. What if Newcastle go through? Embarrassment for Man United. Again, we're playing Chelsea tonight. What if Chelsea smash us? Embarrassment for United tonight. So you're probably looking at a thing where Man United, we've lost what? How many games we lost?
I think it's like 9 or 10 in all comps. 9 or 10 in all comps.
We lost 6 in the league. I think we won 8, lost 6 in the league, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's just, but then you see that Liverpool one, yeah? We've all got that noted down in our diaries. This game here, and now that the gloves are off with the journalist, God help us. It's one of those ones. And that's why the manager has to find, because that's what I would like to talk about. What team does he have to find to get him through this dark period? Who does he select? Who can he trust? Who in there do you still reckon are his guys that he can go to and say, please, I'm in a sticky situation. I need you lot to play for me right now.
Well, and also, just before you answer that, we all know how the relationship between Manchester United and the media works, how that exists. Because I think sometimes maybe fans think there is no sort of connection, there's no dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue between Man United and the media as well. So from Man United's point of view, maybe they're like, well, we've got this sort of existing relationship with you, and we understand how, journalism works. You have to find your sources and you have to report what you believe is the news. Fine. But we've got what we think is an existing relationship, and we feel like you've stepped out of line or not adhered to sort of these rules of the relationship that we know it. Therefore, we're punishing you because of that. And I don't know. I find it strange that of all that it's almost like be careful what you wish for, isn't it? You know what I mean? We criticize Man United for all of the leaks, and we criticize United for being a circus. they stand up for themselves and we go, I tell you what, I don't know about that. You know, I saw, I think it was like an ex-editor of the Manchester Evening News. I forget his name last night, but he was basically saying, oh, Sir Alex Ferguson would never. I went, you taking the piss? Sir Alex Ferguson would never
ban people.
I said, yeah. He'd ban him for a week, but nothing like this. I went, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't speak to the BBC for 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years.
They weren't allowed in. They weren't allowed in. Ask Neil Custis about Sir Alex Ferguson as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, he'll tell you.
Got him bad.
Yeah.
You got him.
Yeah, or like with Ten Hag, we go, he's got to stick up for himself a little bit. Sticks up for himself a little bit. Oh, cracks are showing. It's like, again, it's be careful what you wish for, isn't it?
I'm 100% behind it. I like the move. Like you have to show teeth every now and then. And if someone's gonna be petty, well, that's my behavior anyway. So it's always gonna make me smile when I'm seeing someone do something ridiculous. Like, no, you're not allowed in, mate. And someone that's, do you know who's hurting the most? Samuel Luckhurst. He wants to go back to Carrington. He wants to sit in his seat. He wants those sandwiches.
Well, I think they're all probably reacting negatively to it. I mean, again, like I said, Rob Dawson, David McDonald, I mean, the Carvey one's a bit ironic because he's not going to press conferences. So they go, you're not going to Carrington, bloke. Okay. But it might have been Sky. Well. It might have been like maybe Sky as a broadcaster, maybe for that. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what the other responses would be, because now Samuel Luckhurst has responded. I would find it staggering if everyone else didn't, right? Because you've got
sometimes you let him take the what you call it and see what happens, see what the response is to Samuel.
Who else was banned? Who else was it? It was him.
Rob Dawson, David.
Rob Dawson got banned as well.
Yeah, and Carvey. They were the four.
I mate, Rob.
Oh, Rob, what have you done?
Oh my God!
Rob.
Yeah, because Rob actually speaks a lot. Like when I see it, well, I don't know if I'm going to see him. I might have to message him.
Do you think they're outside the gates at Carrington? It's just they can't come in. So you just all right.
Did Laurie Whitwell didn't get banned, did he?
No, Laurie. No. Come on, man. Laurie.
Jamie Jackson was in there. Eric.
Yeah. But then you know what? Like, you want your manager to show some teeth. You want your manager to be like, you want him to do it his way. If they're gonna take me out, at least I'm going out the way I need to go out. You know what I mean? I did it my way. I did it the right way. You know, and I like that. I prefer.
Hypothetically, KG. So if there were, I mean, people, I think when people say dressing room sources, we always assume, or people assume that they're players, don't they? It might not be. It might be a coach. It might be a physio. It might be someone that cleans the kit. It might be someone that cleans the dressing room. You don't know, do you? It might be a friend of a friend of a friend. Just whoever those sources are, if they exist, what do you think they're thinking right now? Do you thinking, shit, they're banning people? Do you think the walls are closing in a little bit? I'd be like, I think it's one of those cases, you know, Rebecca Vardy dropped the phone in the ocean, lost it.
Oh, God.
The phone in the ocean.
Oh, no.
I honestly feel that they're going to be like, this is just, they're comfortable. They've been doing this for years. This has been 5 years of learned behavior, at least as a minimum. We've been, this is what we do to the dressing room. As he said, they thought they got rid of us. Our PR team are back. You know, that guy said that you're signing a player that has the same feelings towards the club as, there you go. Like some of these relationships, this stuff is deep seated, and that's why Man United, like, for us to see real change. And I know, like, I had a interesting phone in. A guy called Pav called in, and he's furious. He's not happy with me and you, Flex.
Why?
Because we're making excuses.
What, for
We're
Ten Hag?
talking about, structure, all of this stuff. Like, what's all
that as
this
excuses? So he thinks like it doesn't matter what the structure is above. He's crap, and that's the reason why we're crap. Is that what he was thinking?
Absolutely.
Really? Well, a lot of people do think that. Fair enough.
A lot of people feel that way.
So
But
what he thinks that it even don't matter who you bring in, they'll make us win stuff, and everything will be fine if we change the manager, even if we keep everything as it is upstairs.
And that's where I don't feel that way. I feel that Man United will always do. He feels this, but I'm saying Man United will always do this. Man United have a good 7-8 months. We've seen it. Like, they'll play for the next guy, and then it'll be Man United again. Like Owen, when Owen breaks it down, he goes, Owen called me. Yeah, he goes, it's happening. I goes, what's happening?
That was a while ago, wasn't it? That was
he goes,
yeah.
what's happening? I goes, what? He goes, look, I'm telling you now, think of our journey. He goes, when you start hearing training's too hard, this is what you call it. The players are discontent with what you call it. Guess what?
It only ends one way. It only ends one way.
I could put on the Thanos voice of it again, actually, couldn't I? I could literally.
It started.
That was it. That's what I didn't even say anything else. Just hang up. Boom.
Just hang up. And but is there only one mitigating circumstances this time though? In terms of, for the first time in this cycle, which we haven't seen, there is about to be big change at the club structurally. That's the only thing.
Yeah, realistically,
that's the only thing. They could come in and say, because there's big change, see you later, blank canvas.
That's my
They
worry.
could. So Jim Ratcliffe, let's not get this twisted as well. We're not doing well enough for someone to come in like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who's going to get sporting control and all this crap, yeah? And him to say, well, this team's thriving. I'll be public enemy number one if I broke this up. I mean, bloody hell. Like, they're challenging for top honours. They're through top of the group in Champions League. Let's get to the end of the season and, they're doing all right. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's not that. But at the same time, he also could look at it, and this is why he's got big decisions to make, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, when he does get here. He could look at it and go, but I could also be public enemy number one, because most of the fans understand that a lot needs to change above this manager, and they don't want to just see the same revolving pattern. We need to have some calm. Let's just get to the end of the season, regardless of how they do.
You have to let this manager. I'm telling you, bro. My wish here is he can get rid of these players. My wish is that managers are going to make mistakes. They make mistakes. It's part of football. Like, it happens. You can see the failed signings that happened at Arsenal that didn't work out when they brought in those, like, when they started spending in. I think they brought in some, like, left back, right backs here and there. Like, even you can ask yourself, Tierney, all these kind of players. Did it work out? You're gonna make mistakes as a manager. The problem with our mistakes, as I say all the time, is our mistakes happen to just linger around. Our mistakes never leave. They're just there forever. Like, let's say Onana doesn't work out to be what we want him to be. Onana's not leaving the club. Onana will be here.
Yeah, on the big wages, can't move him. Look, the other day they said we wanted the Magic Mike from AC Milan.
Yeah.
Everyone was messaging me saying, KG, you guys got Flay G, this is your guy, Magic Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I really want this manager, like, I wanted to drop Rashford. Like, if we talk about today quickly, I want Rashford dropped. I need Rashford to be dropped.
Do you think he will be? Do you think he will be?
Yes.
Do you?
I agree.
Yeah.
Flex doesn't think he would.
I'm
Flex
telling you,
Flex thinks he'll start.
1,000,000% he's starting. I'll give you £10 each. He's starting.
Not starting.
Rashford is starting. £10 each.
Yeah, shake on it.
Yeah.
I'm not paying anymore. I'm not paying.
Oh yeah. You can't, yeah.
No, but I've said I don't think, like, even going into the game against Newcastle, I was like, actually, should Rashford really start? Because Anthony played well against Galatasaray, and make no mistake, that left hand side, Garnacho's. Rashford's lost it. Rashford has lost his spot to Alejandro Garnacho. There is no reason to drop. I'd be even more furious, right? We're talking about whether Rashford's going to play on the right tonight. If Alejandro Garnacho doesn't start and Marcus Rashford does, to me, that's even worse than playing Rashford in the first place this evening. If he goes with a front three of like Rashford, Højlund, and Anthony, and Garnacho's on the bench, that's when you get into the territory. You're going, Eric, you're really not helping yourself. And I've said it a few times. I said, if he starts Rashford, I worry that he's going to be signing his own P45. I really do, because you can't. There is just no way. I know playing through bad form, but we've tried that. Take him out of the team. You've got to. But Flex thinks he's going to start.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to start.
Do you know what I think he's going to do? I think he's going to drop. He's going to take Garnacho out. I think he's going to put Rashford back on the left, because he's just a bit sulky and not doing that good from the right. He's going to I want to try and get him going. He'll bring Anthony back in on the right and Højlund through the middle. At most, if not that, then he'll just keep the same, where Anthony stays on the bench, Garnacho can stay on the left, but Rashford stays on the right. Rashford is starting.
Then he has to win. If he does that and he doesn't win, he's in big
trouble.
Just win.
We can't carry Marcus Rashford in the performance as well. Like, on top of that, obviously all we want to do is win. So if we won 1-0 and it was bloody Harry Maguire header from a corner, we'll say, listen, we'll take it. But Rashford was awful. That wasn't vindicated in him start. It can't be that. If Rashford starts under these circumstances, he better deliver. He better deliver. He has to. But I can't see Ten Hag dropping him. Ten Hag has hung his hat on him this whole time. And I just don't think he's strong enough to drop him.
Do you know another thing that's really ugly?
Go for it.
That away record thing, yeah.
It's pathetic.
In the light,
It's
like,
pathetic.
like,
and that's real. That isn't Samuel Luckhurst's fault. It's not. Innit? It's not.
No,
it's there.
these players are pricks, bro. Because I get it. You see, it's like you always fire these arrows at the manager. But what are you, man, doing? When we go there, because I can't get on the pitch for you guys, but you look, we remember some of those performances. Why did you do that? Why are you playing this way? Why are you not learning? Why are you not surrendering leads? What is going on with you guys as a squad? Like, I get it. That's nasty reading, but the manager didn't do that by himself. These players are the highest paid players in the Premier League. You're telling me this is good enough. You're telling me this is acceptable. You guys have to look at yourselves. And that's the issue that right now, I get it. The accountability has to fall on the manager, but we have to look at these guys and say, what the hell are you doing here? Yeah, our players don't understand why they have to run so much, mate. Really? Is this what our players don't understand why the training is so vigorous and so hard? Because you're shit. That's why the training is so like. And now, guess what? When the ball comes to you, why don't you look after it? Why is it when you score, a team scores straight away, straight after?
Exactly.
Why is that?
These are all
Why
real
are
things.
you and this like no? Because and that's the frustrating part of this. Like, I get it. It's easier to say let's shoot at the top, but there's systematically there's a problem from top to bottom at this club. And what you're gonna say is, you know what? Let's just get rid of that middle part. And you know what? We got rid of that middle part 5 times. It has not worked. So right now, I'm not even focused on the middle part. I'm like, listen, we got to sort out what's going on up there. I got to change this. I got to change the squad because these men walk around like they made it and they won absolutely nothing. Some of these players do not deserve to be here. Some of these players don't deserve to wear the Man United shirt. Some of these players really, like, I saw Luton versus Arsenal yesterday. Luton put in a shift. Now we could play Arsenal. Is it gonna? I don't know what that is. Is it gonna look like that? Absolutely no. Absolutely
Exactly.
no. Why?
It's true.
Because it's a joke, bro. These men, I'm telling you, application. And what we're seeing right now is these lot don't give a shit about the club, the badge, the fans. Play like you care. How can you see a sign to say play like you care and think, oh, we got to do something now? Shouldn't you been doing something before the game started? Did you need that sign to realize play like you care? Maybe take that money and know that you should care. You're getting paid over 300,000, some of you 100. Like, what are we talking about right now? These men suck. These men are an embarrassment, and these men should be one that are taking the arrows instead of just saying let's blame the guy on the touchline that can't even affect the game. All I can do is put a team out there. What are you, man, doing? Disgrace.
Well, and also the goalposts constantly shift, don't they? Because you look at. You go back to let's go to David. Let's just go through all of them. David Moyes, he's too inexperienced. Doesn't know how to handle the big players in the big team. Louis van Gaal, super experienced. He goes, he's too old fashioned and he's too much of a dictator. Can't handle him. Or we need someone who's a bit more modern, has done stuff more recently. Mourinho is a winner. Actually, he's too strict once again. We need someone that's a bit more nicer to the players. Ollie, he's too nice, though, isn't he? He's too nice and tactic stuff for that. Let's bring in Ralph. He wants us to run. He wants us to do gegenpress. We're not going to do that. The training's not very good as well. Training sessions are rubbish. We've got to leave in the dark and what kind of stuff. Eric comes in straight away. He's too strict again. He's too strict. And now, whilst we're not running enough in the game, but they're saying we're running too much in training. We had one of the lowest distance covered out of any team in any game this season against Newcastle. Not running enough, but we're running too much in training. And you're going like, so what? The group players need to realize they're never going to be happy if they're constantly. They're looking for this perfect manager. And even if the best managers in the world right now came into Manchester United, Pep, Klopp, whoever, Arteta, De Zerbi, Ange, anyone that people like and anyone that people keep saying, come in, it will be the same. And that's why I say don't get rid of the manager, because it will be the same. Manchester United as an institution, as a club, for the last decade has chewed managers up and spat them out. I mean, pretty successful ones as well. Some of the most successful in the last couple of decades. They've chewed them up and spat them out. Nobody will be any different. And that's why you say take a step back. Don't look at just the manager. Look at the bigger picture. Look at, okay, why are we constantly, Ralph Rangnick said it, doing we need to do open heart surgery, and we're trying to do patchwork. Let's just get rid of the manager. Let's just do a quick fix. If it's open heart surgery, let's just put a stent in. It'll be fine. You're going to have to do it again in 18 months' time.
Exactly.
Do the same surgery. And they go, yeah, but it's 18 months. We'll see what happens in 18 months' time. That might be better.
That's what open heart surgery is. It starts right at the very top. That's the root. That is the heart. That's the thing that is the heartbeat throughout the whole club. The ownership, the decisions that are made above a manager. That's the heart. That's the heart, the open heart surgery that needs to be. James says, I wake up in cold sweats every night thinking about how much Owen hates our dear Prince, Donny van der Beek. I speak for everyone when I say, go to your room, Owen.
Owen is
Donny's but to be honest, what can Owen even say about Eric shows what he thinks of him. Like I can't even believe he's still making the bench. It's just crazy.
What about the treatment of the things I've said about Donny van der Beek? Is that really the problem?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Correct. Vernon says, UV team, do you guys think the manager survives December? Great to have KG on the morning view. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
The thing is, me and KG said this on the Flexing KG show, is like if we get a 6-0, 5-0, 7-0 again at Liverpool, you'd think that would be it. But in the bigger scheme of what we're talking about,
I'm worried about that week.
That's the only game that I'm because I know that's the turning point. I know Liverpool.
That is going to be us. I'm telling you, we all know what's going to happen. It's just by how much. It's just by how much. And it sounds pathetic. Can we keep it at a respectable 2-0?
That's what I mean.
Because if it gets to fours, if it goes 4 up, even 3-0 comprehensively, even like how City done us 3-0, even how Newcastle done us 3-0 in that manner, even if it was that, it would be a problem.
Without media, and remember, all of this now without media support.
Is there
depends on
is there any way, right? Yeah. We haven't won against the top 9 side under Erik ten Hag. Is there any way that the first one is at Anfield away? Is there any way? Is there any way that fate?
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Hey, who's the drink? Who's the beer that used to say if we did adverts? I mean, if we did this,
Carlsberg. It was Carlsberg, and they used to sponsor Liverpool. KG. It's written in the stars. It's written in the stars.
Carlsberg. So just imagine, what you're asking for now. Let's just get more ridiculous. So we're gonna beat Bayern.
No. I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying we're going to beat Bayern.
You're going to go crazy.
No, I don't. I'm just saying, Premier League, we break that record. Who's the one? Who's the one we break that record? Liverpool away at Anfield. Shithouse 1-0.
Wait, don't shit on this yet. Listen to this. Yeah? So we play, what do you call it? We beat Bayern, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray draw. Man United go through. Next game, Liverpool. They get a win there.
I think that for me, I'm like, that's asking for too much. I'm just saying, go out of the Champions
League. You might as well.
We go out of the Champions League. We go out of the Champions League, and everyone thinks it's even worse. This is when Ten Hag's going to get sacked. This is the last bit. You haven't beaten any Premier League team that's in the top half since Ten Hag arrived. Anfield 1-0. Could you imagine? If that's when the records are broken?
I can't imagine.
Guess what? That's why I said you might as well put in the Champions League thing because it's ridiculous.
Neither are happening. We're going to lose both.
We're going to get. You see transitions, yeah. I hate that. Don't know why that keeps happening. You see the transition thing, yeah. We can't deal with it. We cannot.
I'm not saying it will, by the way.
Guess who's the best at the transition? That transition football. Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We are gonna get cooked. So like I said, it's about by how much. I do think, weirdly, we will obviously get spanked embarrassingly, but I just think the fact that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's nearly here, he's nearly there, and there is no plan right now. There is no plan for any other manager. There is no plan for what Sir Jim's going to do. Like, it's not happened yet. So they can't. As bad as that is, if we lose 10-0, if we lose 10-0, obviously he's got to get sacked. But like, it's like what we have to see. Jim Ratcliffe's going to come in and change bare stuff. So what does that look like?
Do you think also as well, very quickly, like again, they beat us 7-0 and we'll never live that down. And they always tell us, "Oh, we beat you 7-0." If we were to go there and that's the first team we beat away from home under Ten Hag, we'd never let them live it down. We'd be like, by the way, guys, we're shit. We shouldn't be beating you.
Yeah, we would say that in the moment.
You were the one.
We wouldn't be able to say that for very long though. Like
I think we would.
Nah,
you don't know.
I think we would. I think we
would say it. I'm say it. No, I'm saying we would say it, but deep down, again, that would show us everything that's wrong with us. Like
Erik ten Hag has been there for 18 months, and we haven't beat a top team away from home, and the first one would be Liverpool at Anfield.
Hey, listen, we're shit, yeah. And I'm telling you,
against Bournemouth.
No, we're living our shit era.
Before.
But listen, we can celebrate, bro. That's why you have to celebrate. When the wins come, celebrate them like a mid-table club, because that's what we are now.
Bro, we're celebrating corners against Newcastle.
Absolutely.
Let me get these up before we wrap up. Hello, Bye says, I think Eric Ten Hag time is already over after the 17th. Is that the Newcastle game? I mean, is that the Liverpool game?
That's Liverpool game, yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, back to Vernon. Do you think the manager survives December quickly? KG, yes or no?
Yes.
Owen?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes, but not because of his own thing. It's because they can't. Yeah, circumstance. Team Nathan says, come on, guys. He clearly has a dialogue with the club. This would have been mentioned, but who cares if he told who told them first? There's a deeper issue here, talking about Samuel Luckhurst situation. Kishan, been a member for 8 months. Thank you for that, Team Nathan, by the way. Kishan, been a member for 6 months, sorry. Says, hopefully this is the way that Ten Hag is filtering out the moles, showing the players the media are not in charge. Hopefully they will get the message. Thinks it's an attack from Ten Hag. And Kishan also goes on to say, thank you for the super chat. A member for 6 months, and then a big super chat as well. Thank you. It does usually end one way, but it looks like Eric Ten Hag is trying to change that. Even if he isn't the long-term manager, we have to back him and let him change the culture. Sir Alex Ferguson said there is no one more important than the manager. And Kenny says, all it would take to stop leaks and speculation is for one of the leakers to be named and exposed. Everyone else would think twice before leaking. And Neil is the latest member of the UV Members Club. So big up. Guys, we had nearly 2,000 people watching. We should have pushed for more likes, actually. We're a bit of a disgrace and cheat. We should have got at least 500 likes. Please do us a favor on the way out.
Live as well.
KG's going live straight away.
You don't have to go anywhere. You'll be redirected. All of these viewers will be sent to KG stream. So I expect to see all of you there, all of you clicking the like button, all of you subscribing.
Exactly. That was echoing there. I thought that was KG trying to talk.
But it's KG.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's match day. It's Chelsea. We have to win. We'll have all the reaction coming up. Obviously, KG will be live in the match view. I'll be at Old Trafford. Owen will be live on the full-time view. Remember, if you want to have your say on the full-time view live to call in, you can do so by joining the membership as well. So we will see you guys with a hell of a lot of stuff later on. Hopefully, 3 points as well. We're out of here, guys. See you later on. Peace.